guys, and welcome back to Garden of Kayland. Hey guys, I'm Kayla. Welcome back. If you're new here, welcome, and be sure to subscribe if plants are your vibe. Thanksgiving was so fun, you guys. My grandma came to town. It was the day after my birthday, so I got to do a lot of plant shopping. It was just phenomenal. Anyway, just thought I would share that, get that out the way. So I wanted to share some of my most amazing plants, and some of them I just got over my birthday weekend. The first place I went to was Chimera. As usual, he had my head turning in every direction. I was able to snag some things from him, and he gave me a special one for my birthday, so I'm gonna show you that one first because it's mind-blowing to me, at least. Okay, so I can't even get the whole thing in frame, but this is one of the leaves. Look at it in comparison to my hand. Are you kidding me? Look at this. This is a plant that I've seen a couple times going in there, and he actually gave me this for my birthday, and I was like, what? Are you serious? He had a few in there. They were taking up a lot of real estate, but this is a hybrid between the Goldii and the Philodendron, and you can kind of see both parent plants in here. And like this leaf is trying to go in a circle. You can see his mama. You can see the Goldii in there. Unlike my kids who just keep coming out looking like their dad, even though I carry them. So that's annoying. This is really exciting for me, you guys. I didn't even know where to put it. I had to move it around like 4 times when I brought it home, trying to figure out where are you gonna go where you're not getting knocked over by the kids, by the dog, by me. And this is another hardy one. I mean, the Goldii and the Selim are both pretty hardy philodendrons, so I'm not gonna have to worry about this too much. I think the most problems that I'm gonna have with it is dust on the leaves. This is a lot of leaf. Hold on. Next to my head, it is like twice the size of my head, and I have big hands, and like my hand looks ridiculously small on this leaf, so I can't believe how big this is. I've got another leaf unfurling here that is looking kind of crazy, and then I have another one right here on its way in. Y'all, I had a good birthday. Anyway, so this is one of my favorites for the month. The size of the leaf is really what is sending me. And then I'm wondering, are they gonna size up anymore? I don't know if I'm gonna be able to keep this in here if it gets any bigger than this. Can you imagine like 10 leaves on here? And then they sprawl out, like they just kind of sprawl out. I'm thinking about putting maybe a stake in and kind of bringing it in, taming them a little bit. But for right now, with just these 2.5 leaves, I'm gonna leave it upstairs. It's actually in my office right now, and I just love looking at it. This is my brand new Philodendron snowdrift that I got from Chimera, and it was something that I had been eyeing since like August. And when I went back in November, it was still there, and I didn't get it the first time because it was a little bit too expensive for the time, but this time I wasn't paying for my stuff, so throw it all in the bag. My poor husband, I don't even care. The Philodendron snowdrift has like the hues of green and white. It's a very, like a minty color, and you can really capture that on this perfect leaf right here. You see that it has some splotches of green, and occasionally you will have some leaves that come out just plain green, which is fine. I think it really adds to the contrast of the whole plant. But this is my favorite leaf. It's almost all minty, and it has like that really white vein down the middle. Oh my goodness. It's just a really happy, easygoing, easy to grow plant that can get so big. I mean, mine is starting off really big. I'm really excited that I don't have to start off with a baby plant. Not that I have any issues with doing that, but it's just really exciting for me to actually have one that's already big and already looking how I want it to look. And then I still get to look forward to the new growth coming in. And I love variegated plants because I am always waiting for the leaves to unfurl so I can see what type of variegation it's gonna have. It's like a little surprise in a leaf, if you will. So it's just, I'm rambling, but I really do love this plant. I'm really happy that I finally have one now. So the next one I've actually had for a while, but I just never show it because it's really heavy and it's kind of big and just kind of hard to maneuver with. So I'm gonna actually show you guys today. I actually had to put it up on a chair for you guys to see it, but this is my Philodendron bipennifolium aria. So it's like these leaves are dusty. It is like the neon version of the bipennifolium, or it was. I might be giving it a little bit too much light. I don't know. When I first got it, it was really neon. I'm thinking like the newer leaves just come in neon. I don't know, but it's a big boy. Again, it's not looking very aria-y right now, but you can capture the shape of the leaves which is something that I love about this plant, especially when it gets really big like this. It's a really fast grower, you guys. It actually keeps growing off of the moss pole, as you can see here. So the first time it outgrew the moss pole, I chopped it. I gave a few pieces to my grandma, or gave a piece to my grandma. And then another time I propagated it somewhere. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't really know where that propagation is, but I am really happy with how this has been doing and how fast it's been growing and just how big it is. You see this in the background of a lot of my videos because, I mean, how can you not see it? So this is the pot that I have it in. It's kind of heavy, just to kind of give this entire thing a little bit more stability outside of this moss pole. But honestly, when I got this, it was a pretty good size. It wasn't this big yet, but these new leaves are just sprouting up left and right. And it seems like it all is coming from just one plant. I'm thinking it's growing so much and sprouting out in so many different directions because of how many times I've actually propagated it, which is like, you know, causing new growth to come from different directions. But yeah, I'm gonna actually propagate this again at some point. For right now, I'm gonna extend the moss pole. Once it outgrows that moss pole, I'll be propagating it because I gotta keep him humble. He thinks he is the king of the jungle, and right now he kind of is. So yeah, this is my Philodendron bipennifolium aria, and I'm really happy with it. The next plant I believe I lucked up with because I only saw it once and I haven't seen it again since. And that is the Schismatoglottis wallichii. I think I'm saying that right. Now, I'm not gonna say this has been super easy, but I will say it's not as hard as I have researched, and people are saying that it is constantly getting spider mites. I haven't had any yet, cross my fingers, but I also put like a lot of preventive measures into not getting them. Some of my plants don't care what I do, they still get spider mites, but this hasn't been one of them. It is a little bit finicky. It was growing very rapidly during the summertime and hasn't pushed out any new leaves recently. But let me tell you, it has been very dramatic as far as water is concerned. It's kind of reminiscent of the peace lily, when the peace lily needs water, how it just completely droops down. So this has kind of been the same way. I do have it in a really chunky aeroid mix too, so that's probably contributing to the constant watering that I'm having to do with this. But I have it just on my bedroom floor in bright indirect sunlight, and it seems to be, sorry, there's a plane flying over. But it seems to be doing just fine that way. Again, it was growing really fast. Now, not so much, but it is winter time now. So as long as it's not dying, I'm okay. I love the tie-dye look of the leaves and how the contrast of the dark green and the light green just really makes it stand out. But I am concerned when this plant does start growing again and does start getting bigger, because where it's at right now, it's just enough space for the plant to be this size. But I guess these are good problems to have for plant parents, like your plant getting too big. So yeah, that's that. I'm just really happy with how it's doing so far. Do y'all have this? And do you see it often? Let me know. Are you having issues with it? Let me know. So I have another big boy here, and the leaves just don't stop. They are so obnoxious. So I keep this one on the stairs because that's really the only place it could go at the time. I've only gotten like 2 leaves since I initially purchased this. Luckily, this has been a pretty slow grower. I also, again, have it on the stairs where I'm not getting a lot of light. I don't want this thing growing fast. It does have a new leaf coming in right here. So if you can see that right there, just under that tape that is very, very delicately holding this up. But yeah, you guys, look how big this is. I love this plant. It has the craziest, weirdest leaves on it. Like, I don't know, a crooked donkey face or like a crooked, I don't know, horse or something like that. Again, it's been pretty slow growing. It's easy going, so I haven't had any problems with this so far, aside from like, where am I putting it, because it's really big. But I don't see these often. I actually haven't seen anybody else who has this, and I believe it's called a Lowa ponum. At first, Lowa ponum or something. I'll put it on the screen. At first it was sold to me as like angustulatum or something like that. but it's not. I looked it up. Either way, it's gorgeous, it's huge, and it's here to stay. But no, I just have to dust the leaves very often, and it's been good to go. Still growing, still doing this thing. And I don't know, do you have this? I feel like someone somewhere has to have this. I saw it on the Ecuagenera website, which is what told me like, huh, that looks like the plant that I have, but it's named something different. So I don't know, it's weird. It's a weird one. It's a very unique one and easy to grow, so I'm not quite sure why more people don't have this, but I have it and I'm happy with it. The next one is on here because I feel like I just unboxed it and it already outgrew the pole. I propagated it and the propagation already has a new leaf coming in on it. So I think it's safe to say this is a fast grower. This is my very prized Philodendron dellilyey. And I love these leaves. I love these leaves since the day I got it. I still love them now. I do wish that they didn't come out so much though, because they do take up a lot of space. But if I have to sacrifice space for the shape of these leaves, then so be it. This has been easy, fast growing, and really, really thirsty. I guess because I have it in this terracotta pot, that probably attributes to its constant thirst, but it's popping out new leaves left and right. I had to go ahead and propagate it. And then I'm thinking about probably giving that propagation to my mom because she doesn't have this yet. She don't need another plant, but that's what I'm here for. To give people plants they don't need. So yeah, this is the mother plant, and then I have a propagated one, also in a terracotta pot, chunky aeroid mix, but do you see how it already has a new leaf coming in? Like, can you slow down? I cannot. It's winter time and it's doing this. Well, I do have it under a grow light, so that's probably part of it. But what is it gonna do in the summertime? I'm thinking about maybe putting this outside for the summer and just seeing how big those leaves get. I bet they probably get massive. But this is another one I don't see that often. I don't know why. It's got that crazy leaf shape that everybody loves. Well, not everybody loves a crazy leaf shape, but I do. This kind of favors like the Mexicanum a little bit, which I also have, but it hasn't like done this T shape just yet. I don't know. I probably should do more research. I feel like this is probably a hybrid of the Mexicanum. I don't know. Anyway, I love it. I'm so happy that I have this and really impressed with how fast it's been growing, especially since I just unboxed it. This is also a new baby of mine that I saw and had to have. This is the Dischidia ovata, I want to say. And I've just really been into Hoya and Dischidia lately. I don't know what's going on. I actually have some really exciting Hoyas coming in soon that I cannot wait to show you guys. I actually propagated this already, or I shouldn't say it hasn't done anything yet, but I did. It was a lot longer and I cut off a few of those longer vines to propagate. So I have that in one of my cabinets right now. I don't know, I'll probably make this one fuller or I'll have two of them. I don't know, but I'm so happy to have this, especially with that red that you see. And ooh, I love my red so much. I love me a red leaf, especially when it's just a little bit of red, like kind of teasing you with the red. Obviously, it's been sun stressed, and you can see that one right there. That one is like a really deep, like almost purple color. I am so impressed with this. I hadn't seen it before I got it. I hadn't seen it even in the nursery that I went to before I got it. Probably in the spring or summer, I will repot this in a cuter pot, but I love how adorable this is. I even love like the growth pattern, how it kind of shingles instead of it just being like one leaf at a time. That for me is to die for. So I'm getting like 2 leaves at a time. Look at that new set coming in right there. That new little set of leaves. We'll see how she does. I think she's gonna do good. Last but not least, I got this a few months, well, I got this like 6 months ago, and this is where it is so far. But this is actually the bronze version of the Florida green. Now, I've been really hesitant about showing this because, and I just have it in pawn right now in an old candle holder. Anyway, so I was hesitant about showing this because in the same shipment, I got a Burl Marks, not a Burl Marks. I got a Philodendron pink Birkin, and I was a little bit skeptical about it at first, and I was right to be skeptical. It is not pink at all. The entire thing is green. In fact, I'll show it to you. So did I or did I not get duped? You win some, you lose some. Now, to be fair, I don't have this in the brightest light. Maybe that would help. I can tell it wants to do something pink because the stems on it are pink. I don't know. It's not really giving me pink Birkin vibes, so I feel like I just kind of got duped, and it happens sometimes. I didn't have to pay a lot for it. Maybe I'll put it in some brighter light and see what happens. So because of that pink Birkin, I was hesitant about this one too, but it's actually starting to look bronze now. And it's a Florida. I mean, it's got like that leaf shape. Obviously, these are not very mature leaves. But I'm thinking that this newest one that's coming out so slow is going to finally have that Florida leaf shape, but be bronze. So I don't know, I'm really excited about it. I got it as just a tissue culture. Like, it was so tiny when I first got it, so I didn't have much hope for this one either. But it's looking like we're on the up and up with this, and I can't wait for you guys to see what it's really gonna turn out like. I can't wait to see what it's gonna turn out like. So yeah, let's stay tuned for that. That is something that I will probably come back around to in the spring, summer. So you guys, that is it for today's video. I have some really exciting and cool things coming up that I'm working on right now. So make sure you come back and check those out soon. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.